You're watching American Wire. Candace Owens loses it when this woke professor provokes her. Check it out.
We're talking about racial division and what sows racial division. I think the fact that every time I'm invited onto this network, I'm being asked to dispute another black person. The black community is broken up in general, and I don't want to partake in any of that. We're just ending a weekend where 71 black people were shot in Chicago, 13 of them killed, and we're not talking about that. Instead, we're talking about old tapes.
We're going to talk about all of it. You have a problem.
No, we're not. I have a problem that we're doing wall-to-wall coverage on
You have a problem with who you're appearing on this?
No, I don't have a problem with him.
Candace, you have a problem with who you're appearing on this segment with?
I'm respectfully saying to him that we should both decline tearing apart the black community for the sake of television. And because MSNBC always invites me on to do that, I am declining to do so when our community is mourning the 71 people that were shot over the weekend. We need to stop this warfare and come together and talk about things that matter. And what is going on in Chicago is a bigger topic and should be a bigger topic on this network than what Trump said 18 years ago and whether or not it means that people change over 18 years, which, shocker guys, they do.
Well, I'm going to have the professor respond, but I have to respond on behalf of myself. You knew what you were invited to discuss, and we're happy you're here. It's very important to me in this show that we have these conversations and invite a lot of people of all perspectives. If there's a problem with that, I think you knew what the invite was to begin with. Professor Dyson, your thoughts?
Well, look, we're dealing with a person who has not only radically emboldened the prospects of bigotry in this country, the resurgent, recrudescent hate that he has articulated. If you can't beat them, coin them. We're concerned about black people. We got to be concerned about poverty, inequality, lack of access to education, plus the kinds of sorts of violence that we see directed toward black people in this country.
Great way
Candace,
to end the
go
conversation.
ahead.
Sorts of violence as being directed towards black people. Am I black? I'm curious if I'm black because I'm a black conservative, and I am not hearing anything that is said about the fact that about 25 white Democrats assembled to kick me out of a restaurant yesterday to throw water and to throw eggs at me because I am a conservative that supports Donald Trump. How is it plausible, Professor, that you allow this to happen to your community because you've decided that because we are ideologically conservatives, you are okay with this? You're okay with the resurgence of the Democrats?
I haven't said a word.
Don't cut me off.
I haven't said a word.
You just said a lot of words.
I didn't say a word.
Actually, if somebody was counting,
I said nothing about you.
Now you're cutting me off.
I said nothing about you.
No.
I find what happened to you reprehensible, by the way.
I still have to keep it going. Candace, we're going to take a pause.
No,
Candace,
I didn't get to finish. You just went on for 5 minutes straight. You are attacking.
I'm going to let you finish, but if you're calling out the professor, I have to give him time. So Candace, go ahead.
Liberals have been attacking conservatives, and you guys say nothing about it.
Well, I just love how Candace Owens took control of this conversation. She did not let them go down that rabbit hole in trying to bash Trump for something he said, 18 years ago? I mean, that is just more ridiculous coverage that network always tries to have. And Candace is correct. The Democratic Party has always been the racist party and continues to be the racist party, even though they deny it so much. But if you look at their action, if you look at how Democratic presidents have run this country and what they did or did not do for the minorities in this country, Trump did so much for minorities, and you know, unless you're just truly loyal and you just always vote the party that you're in, and you don't care what's happening in the world, you don't care about policies that are affecting your children's life and future, then you know we need less of you in the world, right? We need someone that's going to see how things are and vote that party in that matters. The scary part about this whole thing too is that professor. Think about it, you guys. This professor is teaching our children, and he seems so strong and so adamant about not liking Trump and standing behind the racist card. I mean, talk about what our children are really learning or not learning in school these days. It's just pathetic that professors are allowed to come out and openly speak like that and teach our children the side that they lean on and not try to teach history and the world as it is and let our children, teach our children how to make their own decisions. Candace was spot on. The Democratic Party has always been the racist party. Look at the history, not the history from your channels that you watch, but look at the history. And they continue to be the racist party because they don't want to strengthen minorities. They want to keep them weak so that they always need government.